There are a few iPhone features that are extremely important and can save lives, but unfortunately, many people are not aware that they exist, the emergency features. In today's video, I'm going to be explaining to you how these features work and what you need to do in order to enable them. Before we get started, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and share this video with your parents, grandparents, family members, and friends. So starting off, the first thing that I highly suggest you do is to set up your medical ID. To do this, simply open the Health app, tap on your initials, and tap on Medical ID. Here, make sure you press on Edit. And now you're going to be able to add all your information. So you can add your full name, date of birth, medical conditions if you have any, medical notes if you have anything extra that you would like to add to the person that is helping you in an emergency. You can add your allergies and reactions if you're allergic to any type of medication. This is important to add here. You can add the medications that you take. If you have any, make sure you list them here. Then you can add your blood type. As you can see here, I've already filled this out. So my blood type is A positive. You can add if you are an organ donor, your weight, your height, and you can also add a primary language. So if by any chance your native language is not English, or if it's English, you can simply add your primary language as English. So make sure you fill that out. And here, this is a very important part of the emergency settings. Emergency contacts. Make sure that you have at least 2 emergency contacts here. As you can see, I have 3. I have my husband, I have my father, and I have a friend of mine. And to add an emergency contact is extremely easy. You simply press on Add an Emergency Contact, and then you choose someone from your contact list and click Add. It's very, very easy. Then after you've completed all of this, you added your emergency contacts, you filled all of the info up here, make sure to enable both of these options down here. The first one is Show when locked. Your medical ID can be viewed when your device is locked. So once again, if someone is helping you, they can have access to your medical ID through your lock screen. And the other one is Share during emergency call. If you call emergency services, iPhone and Apple Watch can share your medical ID. So this is very, very important. If by any chance you contact the emergency services, they can have access to this info. So they can have even more information to help you. So now that your medical ID is complete, make sure to press on Done. And there you have it. So now I'm going to show you how the person that is helping you can access your emergency info. So I'm going to lock my iPhone to show you. The first one, as I've previously said, is through the lock screen. So here where it appears the option to enter passcode, you're going to see that down below on the left side, there's an emergency button. If you press here, you either have the option to contact the emergency, or you can press on medical ID. So here, the person helping you have access to all your information. And it's important to consider that the person that is helping you will have access to all of your medical ID information. The person is not able to go inside your iPhone, check photos, documents, anything. Only your medical ID. So this is very important to consider. You don't have to be afraid of sharing anything else besides your medical ID. Now, another way to share your medical ID with emergency responders, another way for them to access your medical ID is by pressing the side button and one of the volume buttons. So if they press and hold both of these buttons, they will have access to either call emergency, so this is an option for you in case you need to call emergency, or they can swipe on medical ID and have access to your medical information. Besides, you can also go to the Emergency SOS settings on Settings, and then Emergency SOS. Here you can enable or disable auto call and the call with side button. So basically, when you enable call with side button, you are able to call the emergency when you rapidly press the side button 5 times. So if you press the side button 5 times, you'll be able to contact emergency. Now, if you enable this feature, the pressing and holding with the side button along with the volume buttons will continue to work when this is on. So you don't have to worry, the other option that I showed you will still gonna work. However, I don't really love this option of pressing 5 times, so I'm gonna leave this off. Also, you can enable auto call. I like this option because if by any chance I need to quickly contact the emergency service, I can press and hold on the volume button and side button, and then a countdown will begin and my iPhone will ring, letting me know that I'm contacting emergency. However, I don't need to press any extra buttons. So I'm going to show you guys how it works, and as I've said, a countdown is going to start and then my iPhone is going to ring, letting me know that I'm contacting emergency. So let's press and hold both of these buttons. The countdown and the noise. This is to tell you that you are contacting the emergency service. And this is good because it's going to prevent you from calling accidentally. However, if you by any chance end up calling the emergency service accidentally, it's okay. You can simply turn on the call like you would do with any other call. And if by any chance you want to disable this option, it's okay. You can disable it and you can still use this option to press and hold both of these buttons. However, you are not able to call automatically. The countdown is not going to start. You will have to swipe right and then you're going to be able to contact the emergency services. So that is why I like to have it on auto, because if I am in an emergency, I want to call the emergency service as fast as possible. So I highly recommend you leave it on. So as I've said, I'm going to leave this option on, and down below here, you can enable or disable the countdown sound that I just showed you. So again, I like to leave it on because I will know that I'm contacting emergency service. So again, I'm going to leave it on because I like to have the option of calling the emergency services as fast as I can. And down below, you have the option to enable or disable the countdown sound. This is the sound that I just showed you. It plays a warning sound while Emergency SOS is counting down to call emergency services. I like to have the sound on because it's going to prevent myself of calling emergency SOS by mistake. However, if you want, you can definitely disable this option. And these are the iPhone's emergency features. They are extremely easy to set up, right? Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and once again, share this video with your parents, grandparents, family members, and friends. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.